welcome back to my channel and welcome to Craft With Me Monday. So last week we chose scraps, and so I thought I'd show you a few things that I've done with my scraps. Now this here is just something very simple, but it was just a piece of scrap paper that I had, and I made some covers, journal covers or page tucks, and they're just very simple, just using pieces of scrap paper. This one here, you can see all the different scraps that I put together, and then I put it through the embosser, so that adds some texture to it, and also it's fairly heavy. And then this one here, I combined the paper. This this frame here was sitting in my scrap bag just as is, and so I thought, well, I'm amazed it survived. It didn't get all full bent out of shape and everything, so I thought, well, better use that. And then again, just using some things that are just basically scrap materials. I made some covers. These covers are ready to go. Then another thing that I do with my scraps, now this is fairly new for me. These are, you know, when you're cutting things out and you have your white cardstock, that's what this is. It's my cardstock. And you have these strips. And I've been giving myself permission to throw them out. But then I got this idea and I thought, oh, well, maybe we should just use them. So this is my watercolors. And I just, you just take your watercolor and put it on there and then doodle over top of it and make something. And so that's what those are. Just my watercolor and doodles. This one here is my very favorite one. This one I'm going to actually use in the journal that I'm doing today. So this here, and a lot of it is just free art. You don't know, like this is a flower, but why I took this one way down there, I don't know. But it's just a form of art expression. So that's another thing to do with that. Another thing to do, now this isn't a scrap, but another thing, keeping with the doodling, on the pictures that you do have, like I took and I filled in a lot of the dots and I outlined the flowers and just kind of gave them a little more depth. And then I took my gold marker and I put gold in here. You can't really see it much in here, I don't think, but it's there, and it's, you know, it just adds a little more interest to the already interesting pictures. But I thought what we would do today is I have got scraps and lots of them and it's stuff that I've been working with and stuff that well, I have a little pouch that I keep my scraps in. And I keep this handy. And this is all, keeps my, it's not my only thing of scraps. It's my most current scraps, we'll put it that way. I am taking a bag of my scraps and just working with that. I have been doing that on my own time. But what today we're going to do is we're going to use my scraps. And we're going to make some pages. Now, this here, look at this beautiful page. But I didn't print it double-sided. So let's do something with it. Let's make it prettier. So this one here you can do, and just put your pages on here. Full pages. And then it's kind of like a blank canvas. I still have some, yeah, okay. So let's put, I'm just going to glue these in place, and I'm going to use this glue. So this is just going to create we're going to collage is what we're going to do. But we're going to collage on the back of this page. Now, after this is all collaged, you could sew it. Which is always a fun thing to do. And we're going to put this up here. This is also a nice thing to do. I like to do this with my really ugly pieces of paper. You know, if you buy a pad of paper and then you get some pages that are just ugly. They're just ugly. Things that you would never use. I like to do this with those. Because then, yes, there we go. Then you get something pretty. You make something pretty out of something ugly. And we have a little piece here that needs a little bit of love. Let's see, this one. And it's just, you know, I for so long just hoarded my scraps. Just hoarded them. And then you get overwhelmed with scraps. And there we go. Now let's take some other, these colors. You know, this is another one that I had worked with. And you could ink these up if you wanted. I've done it where I've had the strips and I have put just the strips on the page. That makes a very pretty page. And the thing is that when you're working with the same papers from a kit, you get beautiful collaged pages, because this is all doing, you know, working with what you from the kit. So they're just all beautiful no matter how you look at it. Now with this one here is what I was thinking to do would be like this. And I shouldn't have put that page in there, but I did. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to do this and make this kind of like a focal page. It's close to supper time. But I thought I was being smart, and I put his dish out, made his dish up, and put it out up here so that he would have it out there. They could give him his supper without disturbing me, because this is what I was going to be doing. But apparently it's backfired on me. So this here, now we could take and collage some fun stuff in here. We could do, I cut some of these guys out because honestly, this here could just become a nice writing page. And with doing stuff like that, here's a page that I had. And let's just put this, I'm going to glue this in here, and I'm going to show you when you've got a page that is busy and you would need to add a spot to do some writing. If you just stick a page on top, it looks like it was just, you stuck a page on top. So let's just put this like this. If I left this like this, I just stuck a page on top of a busy page. But if you do things to bring it together, right? Like so, maybe you want to add a little color in there. I love this color. So if you take a cloth, as like I said, if you take something and you bring something into it. Now this is our center page here, right? So we're going to want, and if you have, I don't have a stamp here, but you could stamp, or you could doodle. You could doodle something in here. This will all settle down. This will all settle down. And so maybe on this page, we'll just do something like this. Maybe we'll ink this part. Not much ink, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be much. And maybe we'll just stick this little piece in here. Maybe have a little collage you'd like to, or not collage, a cluster that you made that you'd like to put in here. Well, let's do this. Just to kind of join them. Let's see, I have the clusters that we made. Let's see. Not too big. Let's see. No, we don't want it too big. We want it to be small. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. That's one of the clusters that we did. All right. Put this down here. And there we go. Just like that. Kind of like our, I like collage pages. Oops. A little much glue over there. But there we go. So that's one thing to do with your scraps and the back of a page is just to, instead of printing on both sides, give it some interest. Now you've got some writing spaces in here, and you've got some writing space here. You put some stamps in, whatever. Okay, so now let's try another one. And this one here, we're going to kind of do the same thing because you can see I chose one of the pages that isn't too busy, and I'm just going to do the same thing, use up some of my book pages. Oh, this glue, I tell ya. So next week on Craft With Me Monday is going to be our final Craft With Me Monday working with the spring collection. And we are going to make a journal. So I will carry on after this, and I will do my pages like so, and I will get a bunch of pages ready for the journal we're going to make. And I think one of those covers that I made from the scraps, we're going to use one of those, unless I make a new one. That's a possibility, isn't it? So if you want to make a journal along with me next week, get your papers ready. And I'm going to do this again because I should probably let this dry, but we're not going to because we don't have time for that. Oh, these are very thin pages. Very thin pages. Okay. So then I am going to use my envelope maker and see what size of envelope we're going to make. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a 3 by 6.5 inch envelope. So I need 7 1/8 paper size. So let's get my paper cutter. And again, should wait till this is dry, but I'm not going to today. So we're going to go 7 1/8, I think is what I said. So let's go 7 1/8. Ooh, yeah, really doesn't want to cut through this because it's wet. It's okay because this blade is not that great already. It's not that great of a blade. And it'll be even worse now. And I understand that that's what's going to happen, and that's okay. It needed to be changed anyways. Okay, we'll cut that little piece off. Okay, so let's just take, and might as well get the scissors dirty too, right? Why not? Okay, so then with it being 7/8 for our envelope, we need to make it at what? 2 3/4. Yeah. So at 2 3/4. I love this little gadget. I use it quite a lot. Okay. Get our glue papers out of there. There we go. Okay, get this guy back here. I don't put things away right away. Then I get overwhelmed with stuff. Okay. So then, I'm just going to, I gotta stop with that so then thing. I noticed all of a sudden I seem to be using that a lot, and I don't know why. Okay, so now we're going to decorate our envelope. We're going to glue it together first, but we're going to decorate our envelope with our scraps. That's good. I'm not even going to ink it. I'm just going to glue it with my wet glue here. My wet glue, yes. I'm not going to use the dry glue. I'm going to use the wet glue, okay. Sometimes we say silly things. Okay, and then, now, now, I'm going to use this. Okay. Now we have our cute little envelope made. Okay, good enough. So now we have a nice inside. And we have a pretty envelope. And let's see, I think we might use this here because it kind of looks like it could be a stamp-ish. Put it as a stamp. That's what we're going to do. Like so. And let's make this into a pocket, shall we? And we can stuff our pocket. We stuff our envelope and stuff our pocket. And well, we might as well. No, I don't want to do that. No, let's fold it. Let's fold it. Let's fold it. Yeah, why didn't you think to do that in the first place? Let's see, what other pretty, do we have any other pretty pieces here? Oh yeah, look at this. Isn't that pretty? Well, let's do this. So obviously I'm just stuffing it with stuff that I have right here. You could actually make things for it. Maybe put a little layer of something here. So, and let me see, what other color could we use? Well, this is a little different color. Since we got, yeah, let's do that. I like that. But the point is, use your scraps, get creative with them. It always doesn't have to make sense. It can be silly sometimes too. Let's see. Well, you know what? I think you guys get the gist of that, eh? And maybe we'll do a little bit more with it when we're actually finishing up next week. Now this one here is this one here. It's an envelope. I had a piece of paper. I don't know. I was stamping here, using it as a stamp off, I guess. And I don't know, for some reason, I decided to make it into a little envelope. So we can do a little something with that too, because it's just ugly white. So let's collage onto it. And then we can do a nice, do one of the clusters on it. Let's take this off like this. This is, I don't, this, I was going to say material. This paper is very glossy and very thin. I'm amazed that it stuck around as long as it did. And let's see what we have for clusters here. That's a really big one. Like that, but that's too big. Like that one. Oh, I really like this one. I like that one. Oh, but that's nice too. Okay. I like this one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Oh, there's one of my little doodles. But then we don't need this piece on there. Okay, let's get this string off of here because that got glue. Let's do this. And let's glue this together. There we go. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, so that's kind of glued in there already. Oh, there we go. Sort of glued in there. Okay, well, you know what? Why don't we just take and collage onto this? We did that one, might as well do the back side too, and it can be stuffed into something, right? That glue, when it comes out awfully fast. If I would have been smart, I would have taken and done this prior to putting it together, because that would just have made sense. But that's not the way I did it. No, not the way I do things. No, no. Okay, let's put that there. So I'm going to put this in here. Okay, let's see. We should go this color here. Why not? Why not do it like this? Yeah, and we'll just glue it in like that, and then we can trim it. We'll glue this here. And it's glued along like so. I have to do a little. Okay, and we could put that on there too. And I'm just going to leave just like so. And now, because, well, the envelope looks cool, now we got this ugly flap. Let's fix that. Okay, let's see, what shall we do here? I think we should put maybe a little of this pink. Look at that. There we go. Okay, and then maybe this guy in here. And because we have the cluster on the front, we won't put a cluster on this side. And I'll let that dry, and then I'll get it all nicely inked up. And I'll ink the inside of this envelope, and we will use this in our journal next week. Pretty. Okay, so then I still have a lot of scraps here. So what if we just started, what if we started to make a page? I don't know, I've never done this part before. So what if we just started gluing things together? See what we come up with. I've never glued things together like this before. I have always had a background page. Let's put this over this way. So, why not? Let's see. Let's put this guy in here. Yeah, okay. Let's put the glue right here. Like so. When we're done, we might have to reinforce something. Oops. Don't do that. And let's see. Well, hey, we got. Let's try. We have this. Let's do this. I'll just do this on the bottom there. Let's put a little crop here too. Put that like so. Like so. And let's put this over here like this. Look at my glue. Oh boy, oh boy, I'm having issues today, I tell you. Oop, oop, oop. Okay. Okay, let's do another yellow one here. I got this full piece, let's do this too. Okay, well, let's just put this in here. That's a good way to use up the larger scraps. Oops. Ran my glue too far? That's all right. We'll put something in there. I find, oops, I shouldn't have put the glue, oh well, whatever. I find using up scraps is kind of like as rewarding as cleaning a house or something. The end result, you feel accomplished. Now let's put this here. I've never done this before. I think this is going to kind of be a cool idea, quite frankly. Oh, also, if you watched my video for the challenge in Rose's group, you would see that I used Lady Owl Sovereign pages in there. I'm going to do it on this side. And hers weren't up yet. And of course, I did a challenge saying, come on, let's use them all. So those have now become mine. And as a little bonus, don't get the page. Look at what I did. Okay, well, let's just do this. Let's just do that. Oh, let's not do that, apparently. I've got too much glue on my hands. Let's do this. Okay. And, oh, I like that. I really like that. I really do. And I don't have any larger scraps left. Oh, yes, I do. I have this one right. You know what? We're going to use that. We're going to use that as an envelope. Well, let's just do it. Right? Let's just do it and call it done. This is actually something that you could just have a keep on going with. Right? Glue there. Let's do this. Let's put it this way. I know that this is a little longer than what this is. So we're going to do like this. And then we can do that. And we have pretty much taken care of those scraps. Still got glue all over my fingers. Oh my God. Do we have enough to carry on? Or should we call it done? Let's call it done. I don't have enough scraps to... Yeah, I do. Let's just do one more. That's so much fun. So much fun. Okay, we're going to do this. And then we're going to do this one, like so. And then we'll do this one. Oop, a little wet there. Okay, and then we have this piece here that I just kind of like, so I'm just going to put this over that anyways. There. So that is a really interesting way of getting rid of scraps and lots of fun, to be honest. And then on the back side, we've got a design as well. So this could be, oh, look at that. There's some glue there. Let's do this. Let's put more glue on, okay? Yeah, let's do that. There. like so. Let's see, this, I do like to use my scraps. This is just going to cover that glue was there. So there we go. And then you could do, oh, look at that. So many things you can do with that. I really like that. And once this is dry, you could take and sew along the edges and make it, I forget what do they call them, Frankenstein paper, I think. You could do that. So we have made some envelopes with our scraps. We have made a page that I've already put in the book, didn't I? Didn't I? I put it in here. Yes, we've done this. And I should leave it open so it dries. We have this one piece of paper left over. That really got mucked up. But, you know, we could just do this and this. And then we have ourselves another little envelope. And let's just do like so. Oh, my husband is making homemade pasta and homemade meat sauce for supper tonight. It's gonna be a yummy, yummy supper. Okay, so we have used up a lot of paper, and that was, I hope you guys had fun, because I sure did. And next week, like I said, we're going to just build a simple journal together with the papers that we have made. Ooh, the papers that we have made. And hopefully my glue survives. So there we go. Just a real quick little envelope. Easy peasy one. We'll make that better. And our little paper using up our scraps here. I think that I really like that. I like the way that it turned out. That's an interesting concept. I haven't seen this before. And then we had the paper that we did here. And I like the crinkly, wrinkly. Looks like it's been around for a while. If you take and give it a little bit of on the edges, it kind of gives it that really been around for a while. So there we go. There is our Craft With Me Monday. And like I said, next weekend we're going to do the signatures and a cover. And I thought that I did a cover already, but I don't remember. I don't remember, so we're just going to deal with it and work with it. All right, so thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again. Oh, I should tell you that password, shouldn't I? Let me see. I got it. Rose just gave it to me. And there we go. Okay. So my password for the freebie that was once Lady Owl, which is now mine, which is on that you go download on the Ko-fi page. And it is what did I say it was? Yes, okay. All in capitals. There we go. So go to the Ko-fi page, go to Lady Owl's Sovereign, or maybe Rose has, oh no, Rose has changed the name to me, to my Sovereign. And go ahead and download it, and I hope you participate in that challenge, because it's all about teamwork, and that's what we all are. We're all a team. That includes you. You're part of my team too. So thank you guys, and we'll talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.